Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of I Know This Guy, the podcast where we dive deep into the lives of some of the most interesting people I know. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to I Know This Guy wherever you get your podcasts. By the way, my kids want me to say something about ringing a bell. What the hell's a bell? Hey guys, welcome back to I Know This Guy. Well, guess what? I know this guy, and he's the CEO of Digital Blacksmith, and he was also a CEO of a large multimedia company. And word on the street says that he has a pretty wicked right jab. So anyways, hey, Wilfried, welcome to the show. Thanks for getting on here.
Yeah, well, happy to be here, Norm. My jab is a little slowed down because of the lockdown. We're not allowed to exercise anymore, but I can still throw a punch. So,
Yeah, start throwing. Let's see those jabs.
It's all about your defense as well. One cheek here, and then just press them like that. But yeah, the exercise. I always say a healthy mind should be in a healthy body. Yeah, you know that as well. So yeah, that's the way to go.
I have to say, I've known you for a little while. We've been friends for a long time, and I've never seen you with that much hair.
My Corona haircut, huh?
Yeah, boy, suits you. There you go.
Yeah, hairdressers are opening up again. So on Tuesday, I will look totally fresh and clean, almost like you.
Oh, you're going to keep it tight?
Yeah. Well, I can lose some, but I still have some hair. I turned 51 the other day, so yeah.
Well, fantastic. Like 51, I don't know. See, we're almost the same age, but that's the difference between eating healthy and eating Mars bars and Butterfingers, you know?
I know what we did the other day, and I think it was in Fort Lauderdale, that we had to take a detour because we have to visit McDonald's. We had to buy some some cheeseburgers and some Butterfingers.
I had to do it.
Yeah. Well, life is also about having fun sometimes.
Oh yeah, you gotta have fun.
Yeah. Color outside the line sometimes. That's what you do.
But I could never get you to have one of my Butterfingers, and thank God.
Yeah. I'm not addicted to food. Luckily, that's one of my good things. Have a little exercise down the line. Then yeah.
What is exercise? I used to. You know, I actually used to be halfway fit. You know, I boxed. I was in martial arts. I played hockey. But now it's amazing. Like when we were talking, you know, just when we got to meet each other. Oh yeah, I do this, I do that. I mean, you're a really fit guy, you know, and you work out all the time, and you work out with some of the best. Like your trainer is the world kickboxing champion or past kickboxing champion, isn't he?
Yeah, well, that's part of my story as well. Part of my quote. It's the law of attraction. Surround yourself with people that can push you forward. And I met a guy. That's what the show is all about. And hopefully he will be in it as well. But he did a seminar. He's Rob Kayman. He's a 9-time world heavyweight champion of the world. He was the first white guy to win in Thailand. So if you go there, he's like a celebrity. And he said, don't film me because everyone is making money with my name and I don't have anything. So I did a shower and I thought in the shower, he doesn't have anything. So I went back. Of course, I got dressed first. Mm-hmm. But I said, Rob, what do you say about you don't have anything? He said, well, I don't have any social media presence. I don't have a Facebook page and I don't have anything. I said, are you kidding me? Why don't you have anything? Yeah, he said, I never met the right guy. I said, well, I'm a digital blacksmith. Here's my card. And I have some slides just to back up my story. And I said, I will run your social media pages. We started in December the 1st. Do you see my screen?
Yep.
The right screen. We got into 100,000 page likes in over 6 weeks. And the funny thing is, he's friends with Jean-Claude Van Damme as well. And Jean-Claude saw what he was doing, and he said, hey, I want you in my next movie. Unfortunately, through the lockdown, we didn't met him. We should met him in March. And he is one of my action heroes, Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's amazing. And that's part of my story as well. If you keep the growth is stepping out your comfort zone. If you keep meeting awesome guys, and that's what you're doing with your show, you will end up with the best and the highest in the industry, in my opinion. So yeah, that's part of my story.
You know what, and that's all about what I'm trying to do with this, is that it's all about a great network and getting to know people and reaching out, being sincere. You don't have to get out there, and a lot of people make that mistake, right? Like, we've seen it when we go to our conferences and people come up and they'll ask us some questions, or we'll ask questions, but they'll ask questions and then they want give, 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 give. I don't mind giving, but if the first thing is, how can you help me? How can you help me?
Yeah,
It doesn't lay down a really nice foundation of, hey, look, I'd rather, say, hey, what can I do to help you? Then people say, can you help me? Can you help me? Can
yeah.
you help me?
The,
And
the,
that's the difference. Like, I noticed that with you. You go out and we haven't even got into your history, by the way. I mean, we just go back so long. I mean, this is great to talk to you. I haven't seen you in a little while. But I've seen you talk, and you give, you give, you give. People ask you something, you don't hold anything back, nothing, and that's what I like. And that's why I got you on here. And that's why you're one of the first guests on, I know this guy. And remember the time when you were part of a mastermind? It was a group mentoring program that Dave Kettner and I had called AMZ and Beyond. And you were a student. I never met you before. We met up at one event. I just started talking, and then all of a sudden, you were at our live event in Hawaii. And it was hilarious because you're very pleasant, but you were quiet. You were sitting in the back, and just doing your thing. And then all of a sudden, we're talking, and I'm looking at you going, oh my gosh, like, you're in here as one of our members. And I was impressed. I wanted to be a member of you. Like, you're the teacher, I'm the student. Let's get going. I mean, that was hilarious, just seeing what was then and how everything has just evolved. Like, since that mastermind, I mean, I can't believe how you've just taken off, and you're just teaching everything right now. It's fantastic.
Yeah, well, that's also what I said in a few minutes back. Is that there are no boundaries. Eh? If you have a story to tell it. If you know a way that will benefit all, don't share it, or share it with everyone. Don't keep it to yourself. And yeah, funny stories as well. I met Kevin there, Kevin King, an amazing guy. And never forget that he said, I'm going to sit down next to you. You're going to teach me everything. And I don't care if I have to be on stage. I want to learn from you first. And yeah, and what happens then, Kevin knows everyone. So before I know it, I was on a lot of stages that Kevin put me on. And then I met Howard, and I went to China. And that's how you grow and evolve yourself as well. And as I said in the beginning, don't hold back. One of my other mentors was Travis Stevenson, also from Florida. He has a Chatmatic, and I said, "What person do you listen to?" He said, "Well, you will never met him. It's Alex Becker, and he's amazing, but he's unreachable." And a month later, I was in a private Skype with him, and he said, "How did you do that?" Yeah, well. There are no boundaries. Go for it. And you can get everyone. If you have a story to tell or whatever, just go for it. And of course, you need to have something to tell. But yeah, learn a craft, be a master at it, and everyone will want to know about it. That's how it worked. That's how it worked for me.
Right. You got something to say, people will listen.
Yeah, yeah.
And be real, right? That's the main thing.
Yeah, be real, and that's also funny. Yeah, let's make it a little in a lighter tone. That you were at my house in Orlando the other day, yeah, and you opened up my fridge, and you looked at my vegetables and my tomatoes. And you said, "Where can I put my Butterfingers?" And the funny story was, we were working like crazy, yeah, and you look at your clock and you say, "So we go out?" I said, "We're working," and in Holland it's just normal that you just bake an egg or whatever. It was the first time in 2 years, I think, that you just didn't lunch or go out to eat, but you just stayed at home. And it was so funny to see the cultural differences between us. As, as as a guy from Holland, just working around the clock and not going out, and you're used to the fact that you must be terrified now that you cannot go to a restaurant anymore. Just take 2 hours off and enjoy. How was that steak? That steak that they actually massaged the cows. We had that
Kobe beef. Kobe beef.
Yeah. Just have some Kobe beef and then go back to work again, and that was so funny for me as well. But
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that was absolutely hilarious. Just I mean, we were like there was it was called The Odd Couple, came out years and years ago. Yeah, Oscar and Felix. We made a good duo.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's also what I love about my life is that you meet such an awesome crowd of people. Like I met you, I met Kevin, I met Howard, all those crazy guys that are plowing away and are being the top leaders in the world and are actually changing the world as we go, and all those different cultures. And yeah, I'm very blessed to travel the world twice last year. And even now the coronavirus and the lockdown is good for me because finally I can settle down a little and
Right.
have focus. But yeah, it's an amazing journey.
One of the things I wanted to talk to you about also is a lot of people are doom and gloom about what's happening right now. Like at the time we're recording this, COVID is on, and I'm hearing all these horror stories, the world's collapsing, skies falling. What are your thoughts on it, and what are you doing about it? Are you succeeding? What's your thoughts about the future?
Yeah, well, basically, crises like this separates the boys from the men, because you can sit down and feeling sorry for yourself. And of course, there are a lot of people are struggling. This is more for our online guys because it's so much easier to find your way online. But yeah, even if you have a restaurant, start to do takeouts, and that's what we did as well. Immediately we created a website, easy delivery today, and restaurants can be on there for free, for example, and just show what their menu is and people can buy it. And that's one of the things we did. But we just start our business almost as usual as well. For example, in Texas we do a house giveaway, and you might think, well, a house giveaway, and of course, anyone that signs up for the house will get some realtor ask them a few questions, of course. But even in this day and age, we sold a home last week to people. So the economy is still there, but you have to find your way and be creative. You can create face masks now, or you can do all kinds of other things. You need to diversify, and that's also why I say fix your roof while the sun is shining. A lot of people fix the roof while it's raining. It's not raining now, it's pouring, and they don't know what to do. And that's also why I say diversify as well. Even in your online media strategy, 20% Google, 20% Facebook, 20% Instagram, 20% Pinterest. If you have an online marketing or an online store, 20% Amazon, 20% YouTube, or Shopify, 20% Walmart, because you want to diversify. If you only stick to one thing and it will be done tomorrow, then you'll be done as well. And that's what's happening now, of course. And it's not about the people that are working in restaurants. They struggle like crazy, and I feel very sorry for them. But yeah, for me as an entrepreneur, there are always chances that you can jump on and jump at. So yeah, you need to be creative.
Let's go back a step. Tell me a bit of how did you get to where you are? Like tell me who you are, and how did you get to be that person of authority?
Yeah, well, I said it at 51 already, and I spent my time in Amsterdam or in Orlando, where I bought a home. Two amazing boys. You've met them, and a
Oh, they're
nice,
awesome.
nice wife as well. And as I said, I was a CEO of a multi-million-dollar firm in Holland, but I was on the payroll. I didn't have shares, so it felt like I was an entrepreneur, but not doing my own thing. So in 2015, I started doing my own company. And yeah, I thought, well, that's easy. You just have a Shopify store, do some ads, and amazing things will happen. But I'm also Dutch, you know the phrase double Dutch. So I thought those ads are very expensive. There should be a better way to do it. And that's basically what I tweaked and did in my dungeon to find a way that the algorithms will give you audience instead of you paying for them. And I'm not sure, can I share some slides to back up my
Yeah, sure,
story
go
a little
ahead.
bit? I'm not sure on time what normally is the time, but otherwise you can always cut it.
Now
So
we have to remember, Wilfred, is that this is going to be audio, but there will be a video as well. So
okay.
the people that are on YouTube or watching wherever that can see the video will share the slides.
Yeah, awesome. Absolutely. So what I did was basically come up with a technique to get the algorithms give you the traffic, and I reached 2 billion people in no time, and
So that's 2 billion with a B.
with a B, yeah, with a B, and I did it with $10,000. That's even the best part. And one of the things, the tactics you should do, don't think about the sale. Anyone wants to sell something, and yeah, you should see this page now if you have a video. But it's all 20% off, discount, buy from me, buy, buy, buy. People will say buy to you if you only say buy, 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 and that's why providing value first. That's basically what you need to do. And I have one of the videos that Rob Burns actually shot because it's an amazing video. I will not run it now because yeah, it's audio, but it's real people saying about the product, this is so awesome, this is quality, I want to buy it. And if real people tell you that's amazing, they will also tell their friends. And yeah, one of the biggest things the algorithm will pick up is engagement. People talking about you, talking about your product. And if that happens, then you do not have to pay for anything. And this is one of my best slides. We did this for a client. We got 900,000 clicks straight to the website. We only spent $4,500 on it, and our cost per click was 0.0005 cents. And how did we do it? Because we provided quality content, not clickbait, quality content of real problem-solving articles. People will click on it, go to your website, and it's every big tech firm looks at each other. I remember the story of Howard Tai. I'm not sure if you get him on, but he's the Chinese Amazon seller, the amazing guy. And he got a product ranked #1 on Amazon without any sale or with any review. He did it just by ranking #1 on Google. Because if you rank #1 on Google, Amazon thinks you're amazing. Facebook thinks, oh, that guy must be amazing. And if Facebook sends you traffic, it's the other way around. Google thinks, oh, that guy's amazing, let's send them more traffic. And I always like to promote my snowball model. It's the website, the search engine optimization, your ads, your social media. Everything is related to each other. And if you do a fine job by posting quality content on a regular basis, people start to like you. The 7 steps of marketing. They need to see you 7 times before they trust you and they want to buy from you. And then it will lead into sales and conversions. And yeah, you see amazing things. We did it for a client as well. We got on 1 million page views in less than 2 months. We start working with a client last year, May, see an increase in traffic. Because yeah, if you, as I said, it provide value in a content of problem solving, or be funny, be interactive, be real, the Facebooks and the Googles from this world, they don't want your money. They say, well, we'll get the money from your competitor. Keep doing what you do best, and we give you more traffic. And here's an example of how not to do it. This is on LinkedIn. I got this message the other day, and some idiot said, greetings from the tech detective. Share and like our company page and post for exclusive updates and latest news. I don't know that company at all. Why should I share? Or why should I care? Why should I follow him? And that's one of the biggest mistakes. People think just post something and it will go viral, but that's not how it works. It's a lot of TLC, and that's why I'm a digital blacksmith. Tender love, care, and also consistency. If you post regular quality content on a regular basis, then you will get the like and the reach. And yeah, that's basically the whole secret sauce of yeah, getting a lot of reach. And just for the audience that do see the video, and I will talk about it as well, but I have some updates here as well. Here, this is my latest. We had one post, we reached 1.2 million. I posted it on April the 30th. 81,000 comments, 37,000 shares. We had another page that's May 1 to May 7. We reached 2 million people, all for free. And this is another client page I show here from April 11th to May 7th. We reached 11 million people. And you see here, it's all organic, free stuff. And yeah, what you should do then is, of course, if something goes viral, when you sleep next to someone that's snoring, want to sleep well, then you could put in the Shopify store. We reached 200,000 people with this post without any ad spend. And a lot of people will click on the link. And that's
people that can't see this right now, it's basically, it's a funny video. I've seen it about this dog snoring. It reached 216,000 people, and he had about 2,000 shares.
Yeah. Even if you're only on audio, this is funny. Yeah. This is the St. Bernard's dog snoring like crazy. And then you see a cat. It's almost like husband and wife. The poor cat is looking at him with killer eyes. He wants to kill that St. Bernard's dog. And yeah, we work with a company that's selling mattresses and pillows. And you need to find the hook. You need to find something that's appealing. And this is another post we did on the brand new page. It's about proud patriots in the US. And the quote is like, didn't win the lottery, but it did wake up in the best country in the world. And that's kind of the same thing. In this case, you strike a nerve. And we reached 2.5 million people and got 88,000 comments. So yeah, you need to be funny, instructive, authentic, interactive, and most of all, be real. Don't think about the sale. Think about how you can entertain your client or make them VIP. And if you do it the right way, they will come back and they start liking you, sharing you. They will be your ambassador. We had a funny story as well. We have a client, and some lady attacked that company, and the client didn't have to do anything because their VIPs took care of that lady. They say, "You're a scammer. You go away. This product is awesome and it's the best product I've ever used." And if other people say that, then you don't have to share it yourself because they're doing it for you. And that's the best marketing you can have. Huh?
When we first met, one of the things that you said, like you were showing me the engagement you could get, and you were blowing me away. I sat down and I went, "Oh my gosh, I had no idea you could do this." And you just, I asked you about one of my products, and you said, "Well, I can't do this like overnight. You have to have engagement before you get married."
Yeah.
And that I tell that to so many people because it's so true. Like, people just think, "Oh, I'll go and put a promotion out there, promotion."
Yeah, promotion.
And they don't think about that engagement with somebody, commenting and understanding or trying to follow them. And it's kind of selfish. They're going to buy, and nobody cares.
No, nobody cares. It's me. And I have a Chinese client as well. It's a very big firm. And I was talking to the CEO, and he's one of the most funny stories ever. He said to me, "Why are you always posting fortune cookies?" That's basically what we're doing with a meme or a quote. That's in the eyes of a Chinese, it's a fortune cookie. I said, well, if you are in a Chinese restaurant, one of the biggest highlights of the evening is that fortune cookie. And that's also what's going on when you post stuff online. You're funny, you're real, authentic, and instructive. So do something like that. And it's pattern interrupt. Huh? When people scroll down in their Facebook feed, they need, "Oh, this is funny. Let me check it out. Oh, this is amazing." And if they like you now, Facebook will show it tomorrow. And if again like you, then you will be a top fan. And every time we post something, it will be shown to that particular person because they like what you're doing. And I say provide value first and the money will follow. And it may sound strange, but those big companies are the same. Because if Google sends someone to a website with a horrible experience, they do it twice in a row, people go to Bing. They don't go to Google anymore. It's the same with Facebook. If I go on Facebook and I want to have a good time, I want to see good posts. If I only see garbage, I will find another way to get my my entertainment going. And that's one of the biggest things. So absolutely.
And that leads me to your actual quote. So this quote is going to be shown not only here, but it's going to be on our Instagram and on our Facebook. But we always go reach out and say, what do you live by, or give us some words of inspiration. And let's touch on that right now. So let's go back and discuss your quote. So I reached out to you about a week ago and I said, give me a couple of words of wisdom. And you came back with,
Yeah, provide value first, and the money will follow. Well, that's what life's all about, and that's what the business is all about, and that's also what your product should be about. If you're only here to make money, then you will have a poor life. If you're here to help people solve their problems, then there will be your biggest fans, and that's basically how things work. And it's also in the relationship phase. That's also how I met Jerry. That's how I met Rob. That's how I met you as well. If I only care about me, you think, oh, how can I get rid of this guy? But if I actually solve your problem, you come back to me and say, oh, can I help you as well? And that's how you become stronger and become a better person as well. That's totally something that I live by every day.
no, that's something you've preached from day one. So, that's incredible. So if
I,
we take this a step further,
I have another
living by that
story
principle.
yeah, yes,
Yeah, go
yes.
ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you, but that's also a very funny story because a lady reached out to me and said, "I don't have any money, but I'm struggling on Amazon, and can you help me with my social media? I cannot pay you." I said, "Well, I don't care about your money. I care about your success because whatever I get repaid. I truly believe in the law of attraction." So I sat down with her and coached her for an hour, and she said, "Oh, I'm so grateful, and this is so awesome." And a few months later, she made $10,000. But the funny story is, after the call, and again, she said, "I don't have any money." I said, "I don't care about your money." I got a call from a guy. He's an 8-figure Amazon seller, and he said, "I want to work with you," out of the blue. And I don't believe in coincidence. That's just my reward out of the universe for helping that lady. And that's also part of provide value first and the money will follow. Maybe not from that lady, but somehow you will get your rewards. And that's why I say I care about your success, not about your money. And that's very, in my opinion, it's very powerful. They actually creating a sequel now on The Secret, the very popular movie that sold 35 million books. There will be an updated version soon, but everyone that didn't watch that video or didn't read the book, start with it because it will change your life.
I agree. Yeah, and you've been preaching that for a long time, so, and you live it, like you said. So this is our real or fake news segment. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions or statements, and you're going to let me know whether you think they're true or fake. All right, Elon Musk and Grimes have decided to name their baby XAEA12.
That's true.
You're right. Very
Yeah,
good.
and the funny thing is, because we're on lockdown and our local pub, has now those quizzes on YouTube. So that was one of the questions. So that's why I knew it. So even now you can learn some stuff. That's funny.
There you go. All right, number 2, Digital Blacksmith announced that they're releasing a calendar with their star model, Wilfried Lightheart. True or false?
It unfortunately falls, should I say? Oh, well, unfortunately, but I assume you mean my incredible good picture of my digital blacksmith attire, and I got a very funny story of that because I reached out to a few lawyers in LA to do some SEO work for them, and one lawyer it really happened. He called me and she was so pissed off. She said, "Why are you sending me your spam email with a pose where you look like a serial killer?" I didn't know what to say, so I said, "Well, that's because I am." And then she hung up. That really happened. I should have recorded it, but that's the only way to get rid of her, I guess. But yeah, having a brand recognition is so important. When I reach
Right.
out to people on LinkedIn, they say, "Oh, I love your digital blacksmith phrase or your picture." Yeah, having a branded authority is very important. So yeah, I love how it looks.
Fantastic. All right. The third one. 5-year-old boy stopped on U.S. highway, wanted to buy a Lamborghini, police say. True or false?
Yeah, probably true. Depends on
You
the
got
state.
it. You got it. There's a 5-year-old kid out on the highway wanting to buy a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
All right.
Did he have any money with him?
I don't know, but you know what? I got one rule for this podcast. Anybody standing in front of a Lamborghini is not invited.
Yeah. Yeah. There's also a funny story about some paperclip that turns into a plane or something like that when you just trade it. You trade up. You should look it up. It's a trade up story that I have a paperclip and then you have a pen and I say, do you want to trade your pen for my paperclip? And then the pen I will trade into something more of value. And I am not sure if it's a true story, but it's a very funny story I read the other day that from a paperclip to a
Check
plane.
that out.
Yeah, it's an amazing story. It has something to do with provide value. Well, not really, but basically
Hey,
more like you can go anywhere you want. If you have the mindset for it, then there are no rules and no boundaries.
okay, Wilfried. So the other thing you talk about a lot is building authority and building trust. Can you tell me a little bit more about, how you achieve that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the first thing you do is learn everything there is to learn about the topic you want to be an authority in. Then find role models and be like them and try to be even better. And then you need to reach out. And I wasn't a speaker on stages before I started this whole journey. But as I said, grow is stepping out your comfort zone. And one of the biggest ways to show authority is being on stage. Yeah? In November, I was in China speaking for 2,500 Chinese. If you only show that video, it's a 30-second video with all the people in the crowd there and I'm on stage, that's enough for you to get credited authority. And when you also then post stuff with what's also problem solving for other people and you help them out that way, and you be in podcasts like this, then that's the best way to grow your authority and be seen as real, be seen as someone that actually is telling stuff and share everything you got. I don't hold back. I don't sell any courses. I'm not pitching. I'm just telling it the way it is. And I always say, bring you good and bad news. The good news is anyone can do it. The bad news is it's a lot of work. And that's what people are always looking for, the shortcut. And there is no shortcut in life or in social media. You need to be there every day. And it's a lot of work as well. But the rewards are incredible.
One of the reasons why I put together this podcast is everybody was looking at people with Lamborghinis, standing in front of Lamborghinis, flashing money, or hearing, all the time, basically get rich quick, especially now, like there's so many bloody courses out there. And it just got to me, everybody's just, oh yeah, it's so easy to make $1 million. It's so easy to do this. And people were just throwing their money away, wasting their money with these fake gurus. I wanted to go at it at a different angle. I want to know about failure. And everybody, I believe, any true entrepreneur has had to go through their share of failure. So I'm going to throw this at you. What was your biggest failure? Why? And what did you learn from it?
Well, yeah, the biggest failure is it's always failing forward. Huh? And I love a quote from Winston Churchill. He says, success is the ability to go from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm. That's basically what it is. And I have big failures. I'm not sure if I was to blame on that time, but I lost all my Facebook pages. I lost my Facebook account. I got kicked out of Google twice. That's just how life is. And another thing that's what I also see happening a lot with people is they don't start. They want to be, everything needs to be perfect before they start. But I love a quote of Richard Branson. He says, if someone offers you an opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, just say yes and learn how to do it later. And of course you will fail along the line. Life is about failure. And that's what I said. If you go from failure to failure and don't lose your enthusiasm, you will be successful. So I wasn't happy when I woke up and all my Facebook pages were gone because, as I said, I had 2 billion reach.
People don't understand when you say Facebook pages, we're not talking about a page or two with a few followers. I was with you that day. I was with you in Orlando, and you just looked up and you went, I'm blocked. Like and I remembered your expression, like it just looked like somebody kicked you between the legs. And it was like, I can't, like, what happened to my pages? We're talking about a ton of pages. We're talking about pages that were, I think there was some with 3 to 5 million people in the group. Yeah, there was the one page that had 5 million people. There was another with 3 million people. I mean, these pages were worked. You did a ton of work for them, and all of a sudden your year or two worth of manual labor was gone. One of the things I thought was hilarious, and we should have done it at the time, you said Facebook took away your pages because they say that they were automated and fake. And you had that idea of going out to Facebook with a picket sign saying, I'm not fake. That would have been a brilliant campaign, the I'm not fake campaign. But they can just take away your life just like that.
Yeah, they
And
don't
there's
care.
nothing you could do.
No, it's artificial intelligence. There's not even a person looking at it, and that's why I say those companies are real scary. And that's also what I read is that those companies survived the crisis and they make even more money than they did before, and they're now making so much money that finally there will be some regulation because you don't want it, and I don't want to talk political. We you don't want to do that, but there was also a case study. If you look at Hillary Clinton's fake email thing, what's going on 4 years ago, you will not find any search on Google. If you go find Trump, you see 600,000 things of what that guy did wrong. But that's how Google is changing the narrative. They just force you into believing something that's not true, and that's very scary.
Yeah.
And they just can kick you off like they did with me. They said you're fake because then you're in China, then you're in Hawaii, then you're in Orlando, then you're in Amsterdam. You must be fake. Yeah, well, that's just what I do. And yeah, that's why I say the diversification is of the utmost important, because if you put all your eggs in one basket, then yeah, you can be they can be gone instantly. Yeah? But yeah, you need to pick yourself up and start all over again. And that's how those big firms work, and that's also a little bit scary about those big firms because they basically control the narrative. And we didn't talk about that in this setting, but that's why we're creating now a broadcast organization, Flix.net, where everything is real and authentic, and everyone is being heard. Because there is, we talked about fake news a few minutes ago, but yeah, the mainstream media is all about fake news, in my opinion. They don't care about the narrative; they care about their shareholders or some things. There is a lot of going on now with Michael Moore's movie about the green environment lobby. What's going on? It's not, it's all about the money, and that's very sad. And yeah, what about failures? Yeah, I have small failures every day, but pick yourself up, learn from them, and don't make them again. And that's why you need to go. And yeah, it's a lot of work as well. I will have my Lamborghini. Well, I'm not. I'm more into the Aston Martin guy. I will have an Aston Martin in a few in a few months. But that's because I work 16 hours a week, or sorry, a day. And for me, this isn't working because I'm building my empire and I'm so excited about it. And if you do something that will give you passion and you love what you're doing, then it doesn't feel like work. And especially when you can help clients or change people's life along the way. That's why I think it's yeah, keep doing what you do best and do it with all your heart. And that's the best way to do it.
So if I could sum it up in one word, would that be resilient or
Yeah,
resilience?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, just don't let anyone stop you, especially people that don't want to do it themselves. Say, "Oh, I think it's very hard," or "Why should you do it?" And you on stage, yeah, of course I'm on stage. Why not? Anyone can do it. Just go to Jerry for some tips, but that's and then he will tell you straight up what's wrong. But the first time you will be shaking like a leaf. The second time it will be better, and the third time you control the room. That's how you grow. And yeah, just don't mind failure. It's part of life. It's part of your process of becoming an entrepreneur and financial freedom. But don't anyone let anyone say you can't do it. Can't do it. I'm not sure if I can give it away already, but I just got a text from the guy I know, and that's also an awesome story. He said, "I'm in," and just to show you his who are we talking about? It's this guy here at the bottom, Jerry Robert. He's an amazing, gifted speaker. He's one of the top 20 highest paid speakers in the world. And he came to Amsterdam 2 years ago in a conference, and I said to him, a friend of mine, I want to meet him and I want to work with him because it's all about mentors. You should surround yourself with people that can push you forward. And if that guy says jump, I say how high, because you can only learn from guys like that. So I went in there very confident. It was Friday evening, and I was sitting there, 500 people, and I looked around. Oh, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get to know him. But Friday night, he said, "You have 8 seconds to impress me." So I went home and I thought, how can I impress him? So I did a little research. I saw he gave away an ebook, but it was the old fashioned way. Sign up with everything, your name, your address, telephone number. And the ebook ended up in my spam folder. So I built him a messenger bot. Friday or Saturday morning, the conference went ahead. And I knew I could need to get his attention. So I saw the mic was passing by, and I said, "Give me the mic." And that's why I say grow is stepping out your comfort zone, because grabbing a mic with 500 people is a little out of my comfort zone. But I said, I'm so honored to be here, and Jerry is the best, and something like that. So I got his attention. And a few hours later, there was a break, and I went to him, and there was a long line of everyone saying, "You need to make me a millionaire," or "I want your picture taken." And then finally I was on board, and I said, "Can I have your phone?" He said, "Why do you want my phone?" I want to show you something. I said, "Okay, this is my phone." And with 2 seconds, he said, "That's my ebook." I'm not sure if you can curse in this show, but I'm not sure Gary cursed, but he said, Are you kidding me?" with an F word. "How did you do that?" I said, "Well, here's my card. Contact me tomorrow." And he contacted me, and the rest is history, because he's my mentor in speaking engagement, and I help him any way I can with the social media. And that's also, I went through him with a solution for him. I got his attention. We met the other day, and halfway there, he said, "I'm sold. I want to work with you." And yeah, that's also what you do. And that's what my quote is all about. We come to that later. Provide value first, and the money will follow. I'm not. I can say to him, "Can you help me out? I have this problem, and I'm one of the many." It's better to say, "Hey, I can help you out because I see this and this and this. That you're not doing that right." And yeah, that's actually amazing. And one of the funny stories is you were on ASDTG this year. I was on it last year, and I got the video recording of it. I was very confident. I said to Jerry, "Can you take a look at my video?" Because I thought, "Oh, I'm so awesome." And the next day, he called me. He said, I said to him, "Jerry, did you like my video? Did you like my performance?" He said, "How coachable are you?" So there was something going on there. I said, "How coachable?" "Well, I say, if you say jump, I say how high, but why did you ask?" I said, "It was horrible. It was the worst I've ever seen." And I said, "Really?" Yeah, it was horrible. But that's why I say, "How coachable are you?" Because I can help you make it better. I said, "Of course, by all means." So I had five pieces of paper laid down with everything I should do better. And I said, "I will make it up to you. Next month I'm in London. You will be on my one of my seminars, and yeah, let's see if you improve." So I was on in one of his seminars, and I did everything he possibly can do. You have to smile more. You have to ask a question. You need to be a little silent. You have to look everyone in the eye, make them feel special, all that kind of stuff that he's an expert in. And he gave me a 7.6 after that one. So that's why I say, learn from the best. Yeah, if they say this is not good, you need to do that. Yeah, they know what they're doing. You can shave decades into days if just by listening to the real gurus. There are so many fake gurus out there. If someone says you need to do with that, just check him out and what he did in the past to make him legitimate. And yeah, guys like that are amazing. So he just said I'm in, so he will be my I know that guy in the next show. So that's a good bridge to the next episode.
It is, and it's amazing that you were able to get Jerry. So this is the first I'm hearing of it. So thank you. That's exactly what we wanted to do. It's that getting to the next person who they know, and just understanding how people tick. So thanks, Wilfried.
Yeah, and industry leaders. That's why I'm so happy with. I can ask my neighbor, but in 5 minutes people will be bored. But if he starts to talk, I'm all ears. So yeah.
No, and I'm almost nervous because this is brand new. I've not done podcasts before. I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone, like you said when you were on stage. So right now, you don't know, you might see it, but I am shaking on the inside, just trying to keep this together.
I don't see it. You do great.
Well, that's good. That's being kind. I just wanted to thank you for coming on. I know a guy. This has been great. Your journey's fantastic. You're so authentic and real. But anyways, I just wanted to give a shout out and say thank you. How do people get a hold of you? How can they get a hold of your wisdom?
Well, I'm very happy that I'm not John Smith. So if people just type in Wilfried Ligthart, there are only a few of them in the world. And if you see the one with a nice digital blacksmith gear, then that's me. So just Google my name, and I will be in the top results. That's having an incredible name like that. Huh?
Yeah, and a guy that knows how to play the system too. I'm sure you can find anything that you do is number one on Google. So thanks for being on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening, and remember to like and subscribe to the podcast. You can also follow me, Norm Farrar, aka The Beard Guy, on all social media platforms. I know this guy, and now you do too. Hey guys and gals, thanks for listening. For more great content, please like, subscribe, and follow I Know This Guy on all social media platforms. I Know This Guy relies on listeners like you. Please visit our Patreon page to find out how you can help.